Hello and welcome to the Breck Advisory, where Dean and I are going to talk about El Salvador. Why is El Salvador so important? Well, they're one of the first, actually, they are the first country to use Bitcoin as their national currency. And it looks like the president is moving fast forward with that plan, regardless of anyone else's opinion on it. He thinks it is absolutely the right thing to do. So today, we're going to discuss whether that is a good thing or not a good thing for crypto. And today, I'd like to hear your opinion on it, Dean.
All right. Thanks, Gary. So here's my take on it. Obviously, I think it can be a really great thing for crypto. I mean, you have a country accepting it. It could this idea could spread like wildfire. Hopefully, I think that would be awesome for crypto. However, we do know how governments, they don't typically like giving up control, and they always find some freaking way to keep control. No matter, even look at the internet. The internet early on was like, oh, look, we have freedom, we have anonymity, we can do this, we can do that. And slowly over time, government controls have come in and clamped down and taxed and regulated and all this stuff. So it is, I think, very promising overall. But I have heard some concerns that El Salvador is making their citizens, their Bitcoin owners, they're giving them some Bitcoin, but they have to use a specific wallet. Now, I don't know that much about this wallet, but I have heard that this specific wallet will allow the government to maintain some controls over that. So that's a little bit concerning. But the big picture, I think, is great because maybe this will spread to other governments, other countries, where they they hopefully won't be so restrictive, or even just in terms of they might do it in different ways. And when you have a diversity of approach to a technology, I think that is the best way. And let people try different things and see the ultimately let the population vote which with how they're going to like it and use it, and which countries are going to prosper the most with it. So I really think it's positive if we can just avoid some of the pitfalls there and have it spread. So that's my take, Gary. What do you think?
Wow, that's a lot. That's a mouthful, Dean, and really well thought out. So, from my perspective, I agree with everything that you're saying. If we look at the current banking system and how countries do regulate financially their citizens, in the United States, if I do something illegal, they can freeze my funds. So, on the one hand, I get where the people are coming from in El Salvador, kind of protesting this idea, but every country in the world does it. And Bitcoin is kind of like, oh, the sovereign currency. Well, this is how countries are going to probably have to roll it out. Even if you look at the United States, the SEC also just started a fight with Coinbase in the last couple of days. They're doing it with Ripple. They're doing it with XRP. They're trying to regulate things. Why? Because ultimately they want that control. So, on the one hand, I get why the government wants to do that because they want to have a little bit of control over their currency, right? So they can have their own currency for the first time in over 20 years. And on the other hand, I can see where the people are coming in and saying this isn't a good thing. But my my bigger perspective on this is that it is the domino effect. If El Salvador is the guinea pig of using Bitcoin or a cryptocurrency first, and even if it doesn't go great, it just goes good, you will see country after country after country begin to fall into that same exact pattern because they're going to want the same thing that El Salvador wants. They want sovereignty. They don't want to be controlled by another country. And in this case, that country is the United States of America. They're using, if you don't know it already, the dollar is their currency. Well, at least up until a few days ago. Now, I understand that they're struggling to launch those applications, as we talked about. However, the El Salvadorian government has already acquired 400 Bitcoin just in the last couple of weeks. That's a huge move. They're really showing that they're serious about it, and they're trying to bring in these apps to be able to have their people be able to use and transact in Bitcoin. on everyday purchases. Again, if this happens and this is the way of the future for them, this is going to be a huge thing, not only for El Salvador, but I believe for the world going forward as we see more and more countries start to adopt this way of life. Now, I could talk about it forever. What I want to do is I want to kind of ask you the question, is this a good thing for cryptocurrency, or is this not a good thing for cryptocurrency?
You know what? I think it's definitely a good thing for cryptocurrency. You know what? Something that you mentioned about this in a different conversation is about how the U.S. really pushes around other countries because we own the dollar and it's the global currency. And if we don't like something they do, we sanction them. These are your words. I'm actually going to use for my argument. Um, and countries they now have this tool where they can say, oh yeah, well, screw you, buddy, we're gonna we're gonna use this Bitcoin thing, and yeah, sure, our El Salvadorian dollar won't be used around the world, but guess what, our citizens can use Bitcoin around the world. And that was a great point actually that you made, and that's a good point.
Well, thanks for giving me credit, and I wish I would have brought it up because it sounds brilliant. But and I think the point is that yes, the El Salvadorian dollar would have only been good in El Salvador, right? It's not a global currency like the United States dollar. So now their citizens actually have something, whether they're in El Salvador or they're in another part of the world, that is of value that they can trade for other things of value, and it's a universal currency for them. So it is a strong point, Dean. So I guess I'll get back to that question. Is it a good thing is it a good thing for cryptocurrency?
I say it's a good thing overall for crypto with a couple of pitfalls, but a good thing overall for crypto. And what's your take?
I'm going to give it a thumbs up, Dean. I really feel that El Salvador is a leader in doing this. They're doing it because they're desperate, right? We get that they're desperate and they have to do this, but it's a big, bold move by their president. And whether they like it or not, I think overall it's a good thing for cryptocurrency because it's showing us firsthand if we can actually use cryptocurrency to buy services and goods. So,
All
thumbs up.
right. Well, that's two thumbs up on this. That's two thumbs up on this development in the crypto world. And if you enjoyed this content and would like to see more in the future, please consider subscribing to this channel. And if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. It really helps out our channel and everything we're working on here. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next time. And nice talking to you, Gary, and I'll see you later.
Sounds great.